Well, it looks like all we need to do to win here is the heroes win the adventure when they escape the dungeon. At the end of a player's hero phase, if all heroes are on the start tile. So it looks like it's just the tile. It doesn't necessarily have to be the steps here that are drawn on it. They just have to be on the tile. Then you win, and you're defeated if you lose the adventure and have no surge tokens remaining. Alright, so we have explored. Now we need to, I believe it's draw monsters and set any traps. So usually if I ever have a question about this game or these games, usually what is harder is the right answer. So I'm pretty sure I need to draw the trap tokens to cover this start tile, as well as it looks like 2 monsters in the guard room. So let's get those trap tokens and then we'll draw monsters. Okay, trap tokens are set. Monster number 1 in the guard room is a Gnoll Archer. That's the first time we've seen him. And the second monster there is a Firebat. Let's get those guys out. Alright, the Gnoll Archer and the Firebat have been placed. Not sure if this is one of the Firebats that came damaged in my set or not. Don't think I did a video on it, but I did a Facebook post about one of my Firebats when it came was completely broken off. And I needed to use a little super glue, and so far it's holding, so not too much of a big issue there. Well, the monsters are placed, the traps are set, and I think it's time to skip having an encounter card. Yay! And I nearly drew one just out of sheer habit. And let's jump to the villain phase. So we need to start activating our pile of monsters here. The first one to activate should be the Doppelganger. He's going to move 1 tile closer. So we'll put him there. We go to the Troglodyte, which fortunately we didn't start. No, we did start next to him. He's going to move up and attack with his diseased claws. So we were able to fight that off last time, but we'll have to see if we're lucky enough this time. Not this time. With a +5 on that, that's going to be a hit to us for 1 damage. So we're doing okay. That's going to take us to 4 points of damage now. The next creature to activate is the Earth Cultist. He moves adjacent and also attempts to make his attack. He's got +7 on his attack roll. And that looks like a 17. Yep, that's another hit on us. His stone club is especially dangerous. That's going to hit us for 2 damage. So that's going to be 5, 6. We've taken a total of 6 damage so far. The Gnoll Archer is now going to attack us. If he's within 2 tiles, it attacks the hero within 2 tiles with the fewest hit points remaining with an arrow. So he's going to attempt to shoot us with an arrow, +5 to his attack roll. And that's going to be a 15. Our armor class is too good. We avoid that. So perhaps with a quick duck or twist we're able to avoid the Gnoll Archer's arrow. And finally, the Firebat. If he's within 2 tiles, he moves adjacent and attacks us with a Fiery Bite. So once again, another one moving up adjacent to us, and +5 on its attack roll. And 15 + 5 is 20. So that's another hit, 1 damage to our hero. 5, 6, 7. Total of 7 damage on Alaros as we end this turn. Boy, this is going to be close. I'll see you next turn. Alright, picking up what may be the last turn of the game. Alaros. It's his hero phase. He is starting adjacent to a troglodyte, giving him disadvantage on his attack rolls. But I wonder if the best thing to do would maybe be try to hit this fire bat. Why don't we take a swing at it? We're going to have disadvantage. Attack roll number 1 is an 11. Attack roll number 2 is a 16. So taking that 11 and using our basic attacks, this battle axe here, that's going to be a 17. That is good enough to hit the fire bat. The fire bat only has 1 hit point. That allows us to kill it. Good for us. We get 1 experience point, and we get a treasure, which I will draw immediately. We get another 100 gold pieces, which will be nice if we can use that if we survive. So the fire bat is cut down. And now we have a chance to move around. I think what I want to do is to make use of this potion of Stonewalk. This allows your character to move through the earth as easily as a fish swims through water. You can use it during your hero phase, and you can travel through walls. And you just can't end your turn, I guess, while inside of a wall. We need to discard this after we use it, and we will. But what I'm going to do is try to skip these traps. So after drinking that potion, we're going to move and sort of meld into the wall and come out on the other side. So our movement here, we got 2 free steps after using my attack. So I wonder if that, I guess it really didn't matter if I drank the potion first or after. So let's take our 2 free steps after that battle axe attack. And then we have the rest of our movement points available, which will allow us to actually move down and get on the edge of this bottom of the start tile, which strategically puts us 1, 2, 3 tiles away from this group, but the Gnoll Archer can still fire 2 tiles away, so he's going to get his attack. But I think we may have just won the game. Let's see how the rest of this plays out. Alright, we're exiting the hero phase, moving into the exploration phase. I couldn't get myself down here on an edge because I didn't even put these tokens down. I had no intention of stepping on these. And I can't end my turn in a wall, so there's no exploration this turn. And just in case it's bad, I only have 2 experience points to spend. We're going to have to deal with this encounter card no matter what. Please don't move us. There is an avalanche. Large boulders roll toward you, crushing everything in their path. Attack each hero on your hero's tile. Then move each hero on your hero's tile to an adjacent tile. Oh no. I said don't move us! But we can probably move back up here. That's kind of technically considered a separate tile. So I think we're going to be okay. Let's make the attack. We're at least going to take 1 point of damage here. 7 plus 8, that is not good enough to hit our armor class of 17. So 1 damage to us on the miss. So let's go ahead and put that on here. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 damage to us. The rocks start to fall, the avalanche is coming, and our character leaps forward, taking only a few bruises, and is still on the main start tile, which is actually made up of 2 different tiles. So there, we survived that. Now we go to the monster activations. We start with the Doppelganger. Moves 1 tile closer. The Troglodyte moves 1 tile closer. And the Stone Cultist, or the Earth Cultist here, moves 1 closer. They're coming in. And finally the Gnoll Archer, he is within 2 tiles, and he's going to make his attack. I think the good news is, even if he hits us, even if the Gnoll Archer hits us, he's only going to do 1 damage. And we've got room enough to take 2, or actually, no, we can take 1 more and we're dropped again. A 9 plus 7, that's still not good enough to hit us. So it's just shy of hitting us by 1 point. So we duck and avoid the arrow of the Gnoll Archer. And that's going to finish the villain phase. So if we just continue on, heading into the next turn, I think we've met the victory conditions. It says the heroes win the adventure when they escape the dungeon at the end of a player's hero phase. If all heroes are on the start tile, they escape. Well, it is our hero phase now, and I don't want to step on a trap. I don't want to try to disarm a trap and set it off. I don't want to move to attack. So maybe we're just going to take one little step over here to the side and end our hero phase. We are on the start tile at the end of our hero phase. Therefore, we have escaped. Wow. Whew, close. Well, there you have it. We have a victory on our first game, despite a few mistakes, I think most of which we corrected along the way. Once again, if you spotted anything amiss in this this particular set of videos, the ones I just put up, let me know if you spotted any other errors. But it looks like Alaros has escaped the Temple of Evil. He had suffered 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. He still had another 2 that he could, or actually just 1 point that he could have taken. Probably if we had needed to stay there for 1 more turn, we would have been killed. So we just barely got out. And that's kind of a mark of a good design. It came right down to the end. So 1 more turn and we probably would have been killed. So good impressions so far. We drank our potions and we have ended up with 200 gold pieces. And I'm going to see how the rest of this game will work. Supposedly it's kind of designed to be played in sequence. So I'm going to look forward to doing that. And I really appreciate you guys checking out my video. I'm sure there are some others out there with more experienced players that are mistake-free, but thank you very much for watching my series and helping me along as you always do. And hope you'll join me next time for another blind playthrough of the Temple of Elemental Evil. And I think we'll have a little better handle on the rules, and we'll look forward to what the new adventures will bring. Take care, everybody, and I'll catch you again soon for some more gaming. Before you take off, one final note here, there is an aftermath section. And I believe this is in part of the design to allow you to play from one adventure into the other. According to the rulebook, you start the game with 2 healing surges. And I think you can adjust this according to your taste. I did an old FAQ video about that. If the game is really difficult for you and your group, you can give yourself more healing surges. They give you 5. But standard difficulty here is to start the game with 2 and try to complete the adventures using just those 2 tokens. So if you're good enough to complete this with 2 healing surges, meaning that you still have them and didn't spend them, if you complete the scenario with 2 healing surges, if the heroes complete the adventure with fewer than 2 healing surges. So I guess this means if you can finish without spending any, then you add these cards to the appropriate decks. If you needed to spend healing surges, then you add these cards to the decks. So I'm interested to see how that will affect things down the line, but that's how I'm reading that. So it looks like since I spent 2 healing surges and was down to 0, I'm fewer than 2 healing surges. And that's going to be adding a hidden traps card to the encounter deck and then adding a bag of silver to the treasure deck.